Hey, Cody Rogers here with WMX Advisor. Just want to provide 3 quick points to President Joe Biden's debt relief program for student loans. Student loan forgiveness. Okay, we have about $1.7 trillion owed in student loan debt. 48 million people are going to be able to take advantage of this, which equates to about $20 million in loan and debt forgiveness. Let's talk about who qualifies first. Individuals with $125,000 in income or couples with $250,000 in income who have outstanding student loans qualify for $10,000 worth of forgiveness. There's also a program available for Pell Grants. However, a Pell Grant typically is applied for and given to by an educational institution from the federal government that doesn't have a mandate to be repaid. So individuals typically don't have to pay that. It's a subtle point, it's a talking point for a politician, but it didn't really affect anything. What it does is it affects the lenders of that institution. So the institution that provided that Pell Grant money is then going to be repaid. They're going to have those funds recovered. How do I apply? Next question. There is an application process. An individual is going to have to go in and validate their income, proving that they meet the minimum qualifications for loan forgiveness. They'll also have to reference the appropriate debt. They may have to even submit a tax return along with the application. And then finally, will my payments go down? There is a stipulation that announces that payments may go down based off discretionary income, household income that you have. If you are a low income holder and you have issues making your payments, they are adjusting discretionary income from 10% to 5% and allowing those payments to be reduced accordingly. There is one last point that needs to be made, especially here in the office. A lot of people ask, hey, how does this affect our macroeconomic situation? Financially, we're in a troubled place. We are dealing with inflation. And people understand the ramifications of inflation, and when you stimulate the economy with more money, they anticipate through first quarter 2023 that the inflation rate may increase 1 to 2/10 of a percentage point. So it shouldn't be a significant increase, but it does, based off the situation that we're in and trying to reduce inflation, it does play against that. You will hear that as an opposing talking point from any politician that's trying to say that this isn't a good thing. This is going to help low income and lower middle class families. One of the huge beneficiaries of this is, of course, the educational institutions. We're kicking a can down the road. These institutions are able to qualify unqualified individuals for massive amounts of debt, massive amounts of money, understanding that it is to be deferred and repaid at a later date. And unfortunately, at that age, many individuals don't have a reliable source of income or somebody to help pay for school, so they're bound by this. Well, what needs to happen is student financing needs to be restructured altogether. Why would it cost so much to go to school at an institution? And then how come financing is so readily available? I mean, in any industry, if I were able to buy a car and the auto shop was able to say, here's a loan and you don't have to repay it. It's going to cost you 5% in deferred interest for 20 years. And then at the end of 20 years, you'll have to repay it. That just doesn't work. Economically, that doesn't make sense. That is what needs to be adjusted. However, we'll never get there. We'll never get there. So if there's any additional questions, please hit me up in the comments below. Like, subscribe, whatever you need to do. Cody Rogers here with WMX.